Alrighty, guys, what's up? I going live again. I'm gonna pull up my YouTube on my computer. It seems to go a little bit quicker on the what do you call it? The comments and whatnot. All right, looks like we got one in here. How are you guys doing? Pathways Homestead. How are you? I'm getting ready to process some quail again. And I am trying to get the side over here set up. It's going a lot better than it was last time. What's going on, Impedmar? How are you doing? Alrighty. Looks like I got it up and running. So I'm going to do about the same amount of quails I did last time, but I'm not going to take 2 hours. I hope. We'll see how it goes. So I'm home alone right now. My daughter's at swim practice, and my wife and son are with her. And so, I mean, she's probably going to hop on here and say, you know, you have to wake up super early tomorrow. You probably shouldn't be doing this, but guess what? I'm doing it anyway because these quail were so good. So I want to talk about what I did with the quail last week. What's going on, Ruthless DK? How are you? But anyway, so I took the quail and I soaked, because I have never had it before. I got something in my eye. I soaked 3 of them in pineapple, crushed pineapple, all night, and then all the next day. And then I soaked 3 more in buttermilk and let them soak for, good grief, really got something in my eye. And then I soaked 2 of them in a saltwater brine. I hope it bugged it and flamed my eye. This is not good. And then on the pineapple, and actually on all of them, we put barbecue sauce on some of them, so we can just kind of have a little sampler of taste. And my favorite was definitely the pineapple and barbecue sauce. So on this next batch, I'm gonna do kind of the same thing. More pineapple, and then on 2 of them, I'm gonna just like grill them with just a bunch of butter. Hello from Missouri. What is it? Animal sounds. This is a quail, a Coturnix quail, to be specific. But I got some mint here. This is my chemical-free bug spray. So I got some all over the ground right here, and then I just kind of like, rub it on my body, stick it in my shoes, rub it on my legs, rub it on my neck. At the same time, the bugs don't like it, mosquitoes hate it. It just smells minty fresh, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta, let me get a quail. All right. So, never heard them before. They're just a little bird. I'm actually thinning my rooster population. So, I had to get the knife out of the bucket. I'm gonna move my bowl over here. So yeah, not sponsored, but Victorinox knife. I'll tell you what, this thing is sweet. I'm squeamish, but do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna show anything, Billy Joe, so you don't gotta worry about it. Billy Joe, you following me? How are you doing, Lila Newton? I had a blast down there in Oklahoma with you. I actually went back last last weekend on Sunday, and had a Oklahoma Meetup 2.0. It was really fun. I don't know if anybody released information about it, but if you saw the Crockers off the clock, I think that's who posted it on Jason's channel. You can see him, the Paynes, Oklahoma Journal Life. They all went mudding and stuff. I was there for that, but I didn't go on that trip because I was in the middle of being part of the Robertson Belly Acre Live, and eating some food and laughing with them. And so, but it was a blast. So we had a lot of people there. And so I'm going to do something a little different this time. I'm going to let one go. It's all off cam. Still squeamish. These ones don't make as much noise. Hard to swipe with dirt on my hands. I had never heard the sounds they make. No what, Quailer? Oh, okay. Going to put your mint thing to the test. I'm getting ate up. I'll tell you what. It's not quite as good as bug spray, but without all the chemicals, it does a darn good job. I tried to do some marigolds, but I couldn't get them to sprout. And then we bought some like already grew ones at Walmart, and I think we got them at Walmart because they also deter the mosquitoes and whatnot, and so they died. So what I'm going to do different this week than last week, because what you got to do is get better, faster, stronger, bigger. And so we're going to try to get this done a lot quicker. And so I would slit one, let it bleed out, and then I would process it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slit a couple, and then I'm going to just work on the table. That's a good size ball. This actually might be one of the smallest that I have in here, just because I can feel its chest bone. It might be young. I think it'd be 12 weeks right now. I'm going to weigh him right here. Let me grab another one. Now this one's Big Daddy Quail. He's huge. And if you guys go on my Instagram, it's narrowway_farm. You don't have to do it right now. But if you're on a computer, you can like go on your phone and look at it and whatnot, just so you're not leaving. But I've been sharing eggs with some people, and I've been getting some ginormous eggs. And I've got a picture of comparison of a ginormous egg compared to a normal size egg, and it's amazing. So this dude's huge. MT Homestead, how are you doing? I was gonna wear your shirt, but then I was like, I don't want to get blood all over it. That's when Matt tore up the side-by-side. Yes, I was there for that. And honestly, I was kind of scared. I was like, because I personally hate accidents that, destroy property. And I don't do well with that. And so I'm kind of glad I didn't go on that, because I just feel too bad, even if it's not my fault. Billy Joe, on Instagram, you're not really missing out. Can't tell. Oh, that's on the other arm. A little beetle. But, you can just share a couple things, and I really don't do much on there. There's bugs all over my arm. But I just drop a picture here and there. I mean, you're really not missing stuff. I don't really want to say that it's not a good thing to use, but I don't really care for it. I just kind of share some stuff on there. I will say, I think I just got blood on my nose from that. I like the messaging system. Going to put your menu. Oh, you meant. Pretend. Yeah, just pretend I'm grilling hot dogs with some beautiful chirping in the background. Some jewelweed on the property. I don't know what that is. And what does it do? See you later, Lila. Kill that mosquito. Sandra Quintana. I just want to say, period, and God bless. I'm assuming something's missing out of that sentence, but God bless to you as well. Thank you for watching. Hey, brother, how are you? I'm doing good. Just having fun, butchering some quail, and hanging out with y'all. MT, I'm on my phone and it's dying, so I may not be here long. It's all right. You know, even if you have stuff to do, I mean, whatever. I mean, you got your life. No offense taken. Alrighty. Hello, Heather Hopper. How are you doing? Should have put some cement down my shirt in the back, you know, like that. I got some quail flying around my neck. So how's your guys' week been going so far? So that Premier 1 fencing, so that fencing over here is from my pigs, and it does a good job, but it's not quite long enough. It's only 50 feet, and so I just would prefer something longer, but they were out of stock out of everything, and kind of, I don't want to say I needed something, but I needed something, and I needed it to shock them, and I needed it to be knitting. But I really like my Premier 1. Actually, the worst thing about it right now is I don't have my goats really trained to it this year, because, you know, they kind of forgot. And I had a goat get tangled up today. Squeeze and crunch up. Yeah, so I squeezed up and rubbed, like I did this motion, and I got him just sitting over there kind of like doing its thing in the air. And then I just grabbed it, and I got some all over the ground that I'm stepping on constantly. And I'm sitting on a cooler, so like, you know, it's kind of like, what are those, what's that little bowl with that thing that you can like make powders and stuff? And that kind of breaks it down. I just want to say, let me catch up. Hello, Harvey Black, how are you doing? If you have a fire going, put some garlic on top of the fire. The bugs will leave you. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I mean, I don't really have garlic right now. I plan on planting some. But just having a fire in the background, getting some smoke to get the bugs away, and just enjoy the sounds of the wood popping, and love it. Great idea. Mortar and pestle. I knew it was mortar, but the pestle one is not one I was trying to look dumb on camera by trying to guess. Alrighty. Ah, that bug loves your shoulder. Yep. Is it on there again? Or is that one? They're thick tonight. Mortar, pestle, don't worry, Billy. I will bring a game. Cook everything with garlic and onion. Love garlic and onions. Can never go wrong. So, I guess I could use this as a moment to let you guys tell me your favorite quail recipes. If you like to soak them in certain things, because, you know, this is my second time, and, you know, I'm open to try all kinds of new stuff, new flavors. You know, you can't really fix what's broken, and getting some experience from people who know what they're doing. Garlic and onions, that's a good one. Okay, clean off the kidney inside there. I'm half of Boots and Bounty. What's going on, dude? Anybody wants to join? I should probably drop a link, right? How do I? I'll figure this out. Boop, 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 boop. Guest. Invite a guest. Copy. Oh, copy. It's copied now. Boom. Post a comment. If anybody wants to join here, come hang out. Let's have some fun. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm not going to put you on the spot. You just be the main person talking. Steven, you want to get on there? Alrighty. Making adabo quail. Never heard that word. So either... Oh, we got one popped in. Boots and Bounty. Add to stream. We're gonna... Can you hear me? Hello.
What's up?
I don't hear him. Does everybody else hear him? I did have these... Hey, how are you? Oh, I heard something, but it's popping. It's weird.
Can you hear us?
I had this issue last time. It's still popping. It took like a whole minute or two for it to quit.
We'll hang in there then.
Maybe if we just give it a minute or two, it'll fix itself. Hey, there we go. It's working. Heck yeah, dude. How are you guys doing?
Good. We're actually headed to Walmart.
Walmart. Awesome. How's that weather down there? Are you guys swimming like we were?
No, we haven't had rain much since we left Oklahoma.
Good. We were dry for like 2 weeks, and it finally rained about 2 times since we've been home.
Heck yeah. So it was funny because like in Kansas it rained and it rained and it rained for like a week and a half, and then we went to Oklahoma, and as you know, it rained, and then we come home and it's still raining, and then we have like, I think we had like 2 or 3 days that were, like not really rainy, but like we went back to Oklahoma this last weekend and it wasn't raining here and it was raining there. So it was like, I'm working on 2.5 weeks of rain.
Wow. I had to come home and water my garden after we left Oklahoma.
Oh man. I probably won't have to water.
I had to water it for like 3 days straight, and then it finally rained.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't watered for like, I watered the first 3 days that I planted carrots, and
yeah,
now they're just jamming.
They're taking off then after all that rain.
Yeah, because that's the hardest part of carrots is that most people don't really know their failures is they'll throw them in there and then they won't water them a lot every day, and then they never really take off because they have to take a lot of water to germinate. And so
yeah, and if your carrots come out real hairy, that means you didn't give them enough water.
Yeah, and so I'm getting a ton of carrots so far, and then I'm kind of kicking myself because I didn't put anything else in the ground. Like I wanted to do potatoes and like garlic and stuff like that, and so I mean I still have time, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's like I missed out on like a good chunk of like the time-consuming stuff.
Yeah, my dad did white potatoes, and our garlic, I actually, whenever I pull my cloves up in July, I'll go ahead and break a part ahead and go ahead and stick some back in the ground in July, and they'll stay there. They'll be dormant until they freeze, and then they'll start coming up, during the wintertime. And because they have to go through that cold cycle in order to come up. And then this year it got so cold that the snow and stuff that we had that was like 8 to 12 inches deep, it actually froze my garlic and they just disintegrated. I had them they were like a foot tall above ground. And then I went out there, I was like, what happened? And the leaves and stuff turned to mush. And then I dug in the ground thinking, well, maybe they'll still be in there, but they had all just dissolved. They were gone. So we have no garlic this year.
Oh my gosh. So I actually never planted garlic, and so this will be my first rodeo.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited.
It's super easy.
Yeah.
Except when it's
it seems like it is with all the stuff I've seen. I'm gonna drop your guys' link in the chat just so people can go and subscribe to you guys and check your channel out if they haven't already.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just did a video on canning potatoes. If anybody's got white potatoes coming up and they want to can it, I've got a video I just did on that.
Or red potatoes. Make sure we have red
Yeah,
potatoes.
or red potatoes or any kind of, potato.
Yeah, I keep seeing your notifications and I'm like, good grief. It kind of motivates me to start putting a little bit more out there.
Yeah, I did I videoed 3 different videos today, so I've been pretty busy today.
Good night. I can still hear you guys, but I'm gonna step over and grab some more quail.
Logan's saying hi.
Can't see him.
Can't see you. You're like
That's just a creepy hand coming out of the back
hand with
seat.
no face.
What's going on? How are you?
Good.
Man, his accent, man, I love it.
Are we gonna try to go live tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to. We're gonna go dancing tomorrow night, and we're gonna try to go live while we're dancing.
Oh heck yeah!
So we'll kind of be in and out, so people can actually see us out there dancing and all that. But we'll do it on StreamYard on our channel.
Okay, dude, that's awesome. I've been meaning to go look at them because that night that I first met you at Chrissy's house, I went and looked that night, and I watched the video. It was with Logan and I can't remember, but your wife, yeah, and
Mrs. Boot.
yeah, Mrs. Boots and Bounty, and so the one that I'm assuming drives the speed limit.
We won't go there either.
But yeah, I really have been just so busy. I don't really watch a whole lot of videos.
We haven't been able to watch a whole lot either lately.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you kind of have to in order to produce. You got to quit watching, and that's kind of really the hardest part of all of this process.
Yeah. Well, since it's been so good outside, we're doing our backyard renovation thing. We finally got time to build our new big raised beds for all of my herbs and flowers and stuff, for all my medicinal products and stuff I make. So we finally got one of them done, and we're almost done with the other one. So we have had a lot of time outside trying to get those big boys done. That'll be out.
Yeah, I've been just trying to jam anything I can towards either relaxing or getting fencing done, because I messed up on a couple of my posts. I'm assuming it's because of all the rain, and so I just pulled them all out and started cementing them down because I don't got time to sit here and mess with it for as long as I've been messing with it. So I threw a little bit more money at it, and so I've been kind of doing that to try to get things rolling. And it's just hard to get a camera out when you're so busy at trying to get a task done, because it adds so much more time.
Yeah, it takes twice as long to do something.
For sure. And it's it's not even really hot or really sweaty yet, but when that time hits, it's like a motivation killer for sure, or at least for me.
Yeah, it got almost 90 earlier this week before the rain come in. It was hot.
Yeah, today was actually one of the hottest days that we've had, and this is one of the days that we have had no rain, and so I think every other day we've had this week has so far been like at least a little bit drizzle or like just rain, and so it's really taking a toll on like my baby chicks because they're in like a garage, and so
Oh yeah.
I caught it in a right time, but like it was getting to be pretty hot in there. I guess the only thing I guess you can say that really helped save that is the shade from the tree. That's from noon to 3, and so I got home at like 3. So I guess you could say I saved them before it got too bad.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know. I just feel like I just have the worst luck with heat and birds if it gets too hot.
Yep, we know about that.
We got ours in May, and we didn't put them outside until end of June, going into July.
It was Memorial Day weekend because remember our first weekend we put them out. We went to the river for Memorial Day weekend, and his mom went over there to take care of them for us. And there was 2 big king snakes in there with them, and she flipped out.
Oh my gosh.
They were like 6 weeks old, and that was their first week being outside. And yeah, if she hadn't seen the snakes and got my neighbor to come over to kill them for us, they were like just big enough they couldn't swallow all of the chicken, but the snake could have got his mouth over the chicken's head and suffocated all of them.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had a big old, I'd say he was 6 to 8 feet long rat snake get in our house, and he
dang.
He ate Quail whole, and
God.
And here's the worst part is, so I put him in a bucket, a kitty litter bucket, and I put a lid on it because I wanted to show people, like my grandpa, because he lives like 5-minute walk, and then the next day it just got too hot and it cooked that snake, and
dang,
he regurgitated whole quail.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, you can see the lumps in the snake.
Yeah.
And then the next day, it got too hot in there, and then threw up the quail, and I was like, oh my goodness. Hey, Ridge Life did a super chat. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. I saw that you were live. How you doing?
We can't see the chat.
You can't see the chat? I wonder.
No, whenever we pull up the chat, it blocks everything.
Oh, we're on my phone too.
Oh yeah, well I've got my phone recording and I got my computer.
There it is. I found it. But we lose the video.
Can you still see us?
Yes, I can still see you.
Okay. We can see it, but it covers up the video, so we can't see ourselves or you.
We got Ridge Life in here. He had a live stream going on.
We finished up his live stream before we left because we were moderating his live stream for him.
Oh, well, I didn't know that he was live until I was already live, and then I went to go do the management side on my computer for the chat, and I was like, oh, dude, Ridge Life is going live still. But I saw that it was almost over, so I was like, oh, I'm glad that someone said if you turn your phone sideways.
Okay, hang on, yeah. Turn this up.
Sideways?
There you go. I can see you better now. It's straightened out.
No.
It didn't work?
It puts our preview off to the side now.
No, like you're over here for us, and then the chat, if we push the button at the bottom, it covers the whole screen.
Oh.
It's a phone thing.
It might be the guest side of it. I don't know. I've never really had enough experience with StreamYard to really, try a whole lot. I had a lot of issues last week trying to learn stuff as I was live. We got it figured out. So how's Logan out there doing with his baseball?
He's
Saw you
good.
post-
Yeah, we had that game last night. He got the score and run.
Got a home run last night.
That was Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Come on.
I saw you posting something on Facebook about it.
Yeah, I try to keep some of that stuff like that about the kids kind of private. So as far as the ones we're friends with and stuff like that, I'll see it, but I won't put that on our Facebook public page.
Oh, okay.
Come over here and join us, honey.
Come all the way over.
Come over here and join us.
Do that.
Try to get all three of us in here.
All three of y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emma's gone to a concert tonight. She's gone to see Mercy Me.
Oh, that's a good band. I've
Yep.
actually never seen them live.
I don't think I have either.
I haven't.
I used to go to Winter Jam down in Memphis at the FedEx Forum. And then the last couple of years, see, they didn't have it last year. And I think they just now planned the one or just had it recently. And I wasn't able to go yet. But we used to go as a church and go down there to Winter Jam and see all those groups.
Yeah, we usually take my youth group to Winter Jam. It's really fun. And then
Yeah.
I used to travel all over the place, just going to concert after concert. But as I get older, I wouldn't say that I'm not as interested, but it's just I got too much-
Priorities are different.
Do what?
Your priorities are different.
Yeah, and then at the same time, yeah, it's like $10 a ticket, but you're usually
It's not anymore.
you're usually eating before and eating after and during and getting a $4 20-ounce bottle of whatever, and it's too expensive for a pop, but yeah,
Well, I was going to take the kids this past year or earlier this year. And, I was like, yeah, it's only $10 a person. You can get in and you can see all these groups and stuff. And I looked it up and the tickets are like now $35. And I'm like, I can't take nobody.
Can't take myself.
I would love to take them if it was $10 a person like it used to be, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, we would have some of the students we would have that had jobs were just willing to pay the what do they call it, Jam Nation, and you could like go in early and you can be closer to the stage, and so we'd be like able to like touch the stage every time. And so after the first one of those, they would like start saving and start doing little odd jobs and make some money. And so like we ended up getting enough people every year for, I don't know, I think 5 years in a row to do that. And so,
that'd be fun.
So yeah, it's really cool. And so like if you're like a youth leader or a minister or help out with all that stuff, like you can go backstage and like meet with, they bring out like 6 or 7 different people, like one after another. It's not like a Q&A, but they just kind of like give like, the youth pastor some motivation, because they really need it, because they're dealing with like a bunch of bad kids and kids that are kind of like, forced to go and they don't want to go, and so they're like, only that they're going through like a big like identity crisis of, like having their peers really, that influence on them. And so we kind of give us a few moments to not babysit the kids, and they're always going around like, hopefully the kids are all not going wild out there while the youth pastor's inside. And
right.
so yeah, it's those are always fun, because like one of my favorite people is Skillet. I'm assuming you guys know who that is, right?
Yeah.
And so every time we go back there and he's in Winter Jam, he's always back there talking. They always give like the headliner back there.
Oh wow.
Toby Mac is awesome too.
But Tim said he's seen him.
Toby Mac, I seen him in concert twice with, I think it was both Winter Jam, and he puts on a good show. My favorite show apart from Skillet would be the Newsboys. And I was totally excited when they united with Peter Furler. And
He keeps coming up with new stuff. He got to find a hat that he is. Then he got his sunglasses.
He's playing back there.
That's funny.
We're sitting at good old Walmart.
Good old Walmart.
Yeah, I gotta buy some stuff to make a couple of products.
Oh, we've been using the. There was a comfrey one, and
Yeah.
then I used that one. But Brittany's been loving that face stuff.
Awesome. I have a niece that swears by it. She tells all of her friends about it because it controls acne so well. And
Yeah.
it helps with your complexion and stuff. It's great.
It's really
We've been
cool.
using that. We've been using the bug bite one lately because gnats and mosquitoes and stuff have been killing us up here.
I believe it. They don't mess around in the South for sure. You got to hit them with a tennis racket.
We even got some chiggers this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, chiggers are horrible, especially in the tall grass I'm doing with this fence. I come out and it looks like I have poison ivy instantly because they're biting me so much.
Yep. You can use that comfrey on it too.
Really? Like
It'll help.
before
It'll help with
after?
after.
Oh heck yeah! I'm gonna try that next time because I've been just.
Yeah.
I mean, I just go take a shower right after, and I just like take a loofah and I'm just scratching my skin off pretty much. It seems like.
Or if while you're outside, you can look on your phone and look up plantago, or it's plantain
Okay. Yeah.
in your yard, and you can put it in your mouth and chew it up a little bit and put on those spots, and it'll instantly get rid of the itch and inflammation and redness and stuff.
Oh wow. Plantain.
Plantain. Yep. Mhm.
Wow. It's really cool, all the natural stuff. You know, like my natural bug
Yep.
spray.
I was wondering what it was.
Yeah, I usually just keep loads of it everywhere, all the time outside, because you know, like I think it was 5 years ago, I took one shovel full and I planted it, and now I've literally got like the whole side of my house long, and then I'd say like 25 feet wide, and so it's just like I think I've gotten to the point where I'm never going to run out of mint, so I'd like pull bushels and I'll just like sprinkle it everywhere.
It takes over everything too. It's outgrown our herb bed and it's creeping across the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went down the bed and it come out the outside, so now we've got mint around the outside of the bed.
I like mowing over it because like you get kind of choked up, kind of like you just like snorted some Vicks, and you're like, but it just smells so good after having all that, you know, yucky grass smell.
It was I was watching somebody yesterday, I can't remember who it was, and they said that dill will after it flowers, the wind will catch the flowers and it'll blow the seeds all over the yard. So whenever you're cutting your grass in the spring, you're cutting dill and then the yard onions, so it smells like dill pickles outside.
Oh gosh.
I gotta laugh out of her. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
I wouldn't want that.
I hate pickles. But
that's fun.
Logan's back there like, what? You can't say that about pickles.
He said, I love pickles.
I eat them plain for a snack.
We do sweet and dill pickles.
Oh, it is cracking on me. My wife tried calling me, and now it's cracking.
Uh-oh.
Say something. Hey, there we go. It's working.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do what?
I was reading some of the comments. Worcestershire project, it said, been using Plantago Major and Duncan 1900 Homestead says plantain is awesome.
So I've tried, last year I started a bed full of like chamomile, lemongrass. What's the other one? We put it on steaks. It's an herb.
Rosemary?
Yeah, rosemary.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Video went out.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
I can
We
hear
can
you.
hear
You
you.
can't see you.
That's weird. My wife keeps calling me.
Might be time to eat.
There you go.
There we go. So rosemary, chamomile, lemongrass, and I think it all died with that freeze that you were talking about with your
Yeah.
garlic. But that stuff was jamming.
Yeah, it killed my sage, but my rosemary came back, and of course all my mint came back. And what's going in all of my big beds is the other stuff, like I've got lemongrass out there, and chamomile and yarrow and mullein and calendula.
We got everything.
I got a long list that's going in those beds.
That's awesome.
I'm excited.
I really enjoy doing the organic, what do you call them? The little things that keep things that like bugs away, or
Yeah.
add flavors and smells to your whatever products like
The
lavender.
aromatic.
Yeah, I've tried lavender and I can't get that stuff to do anything.
I buy that.
We had to buy that. Ours kept dying, so we just bought some from the store.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You have to freeze the seeds first for 3 days and then plant it.
Really? Like even
Yeah.
out of the seed packet?
Yep. You have to freeze them for 3 days. It's called stratification, and then you can grow them if you're lucky. I still haven't been able to grow it yet.
I've even bought plants and I can't.
Now, we did buy one that had 3 plants in it. And I brung it inside like an idiot. And I should have left it outside because it was already, what's it called?
Acclimated outside.
Yeah. So me thinking I was protecting it from the cold, I killed 2 of the 3. So I've only got 1 of them left. And then we come back and bought 2 more. So now I have 3, and I just left them all outside, and they've done great.
That's good. Last year was the best year I had with it, but like with everything else, I think the freeze, because nothing's back in that bed.
Yeah.
And so I didn't throw enough wood chips on it to protect it and keep it warm, I guess. But
Yeah, Hat Creek, if you want to learn anything, just get with me. Because I haven't done a whole lot of videos on my herbal products yet, because I'm still, trying them. And what are you doing? Oh, I'm still trying them and, using family as guinea pigs and all that good stuff.
That's me as the guinea pig, by the way.
Nobody's died yet, so I'm good.
every once in a while after I do the comfrey, I'll,
Whatever.
That means you need to put it on the other side to balance it out. Then you won't do that twitch one way.
Also,
Right.
Yeah. It's a new dance.
I can just put those shockers on. It'll make it look like.
Uh-huh.
And then might balance it out. Then you'd be even.
Yeah.
You're so.
Look.
All right, man. We just have to run. We've got to go in here and get this real quick and get home and get Emma back from the concert pretty soon.
All right, we'll have fun in Walmart. I usually don't have any
Always.
out of there quick.
Never quick.
Yeah.
Never what you came for either.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Alrighty, y'all. Well, it was nice. Have fun.
Well, thanks for having us. We'll
Thanks
see
for having
everybody later.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye, guys.
Alrighty, guys, that was fun. I'm gonna drop another link with their channel. Oops. Control Z. Enter. I dropped another link, so you can go check out their channel, subscribe to them, if you haven't already. But yeah, they're fun. Oh, it looks like I posted 2 of them. But let me, Ricky, pop the stream link, or you, buddy? I'm gonna kind of go back to some of the comments. Man, we had a lot of comments going on. So Chad's in here. I don't know if you're still in here. How you doing? I saw you pop in when you asked, was this mint? Yes, this is my organic bug spray. Whew, that feels really good on my back when I pull it off. But no, never say never on reloading. You know what I'm saying? A little chilly, and then get some on the ground. So yeah, it looks a little weird, but you know what? It's supposed to be normal, so be normal. I'm so lost, never heard of these people. I need some of that daughter. Yes. So Hat Creek. If you don't know who they are, I'm assuming you do because they were at the meetup and they talked to everybody. You need to buy some of their stuff. Based off of what they said, that with acne and stuff, it does really good. But at the same time, it's like all natural, so it's like you're not gonna have all those issues with, you know, chemicals and whatnot. So you can't ever go wrong with that. There's some people walking by in the neighborhood. It'd be really freak them out if they came over here and saw this. I'm gonna scroll, do some more comments real quick. Gonna be here in a minute. I'm on the phone with my daughter. They're using Plantago Major. I am definitely going to be looking into that. But I'm going to post a link if anybody wants to come in here. So if anybody wants to join this chat, feel free. Here's a challenge. You got to bear with us for that. It seems like for about the first minute or two, there's a lot of cracking and popping on my end where I cannot hear what you're saying. So, yeah, but nobody's joining in yet, so I might be doing this all by myself. Oh, this is why you're... Yeah, I'm busy. I'm, creating food for the family. So I'm going to go back to some comments. Man, we went through a lot. What does that mean? So far, mint seems to be helping. Either that or I have been bit so much I can't feel them bite anymore. Meadow tea is the bomb. I've never heard of meadow tea. Oh, snap. So we have a new guest here. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. How you doing?
Yeah, doing good.
How's
And there's no popping, so we're doing good.
how's Quail doing?
Doing good. Well, the one left is doing good so far.
Oh, you got one. That's not bad. One left.
One left.
What do you do? Are they going straight to the freezer? Are you smoking them?
So usually I just soak them, and then my plan was to just eat them this weekend. I feel like they're not gonna they're just too good to make it to the freezer,
Do you brine them?
Yeah, so I soak them in salt water, and then I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but I marinate them for a while too.
Yeah, when I was younger, visited one of my friend's house, Portuguese family. They kept quail. It was my first experience seeing how small the eggs were, very tiny, and then
Yeah.
eating those eggs. I wasn't squeamish when I was a kid. I'd try anything. I'd come over your house. I'd eat you out of house and home. I was just one of those kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was different. I was like, thought the quail eggs were good. Never got a chance to eat quail until I got older. Bought them at a supermarket. Cooked them up on a temperature that was a little bit too high and toughened them up. So it was my fault. It was a small bird.
Yeah.
Low and slow is the way to do it.
So that was our issue is because they're so small, like the legs, they just kind of crisped up a little bit too much on the grill.
Yep.
And so we just pointed the legs outward, so that they're not above the heat as much. And they turned out edible, but they were, I don't want to say they were like beef jerky tough, but they were just kind of like, they just tasted like they were a little old, of a chicken, where the meat's just a little bit stringier. And
Yep. I'm gonna have to say, a white shirt is not the ideal shirt for doing this.
well, I have a lot of white shirts, and I wear them as undershirts because if I'm, when I come home from work, I just rip off a t-shirt and then I have this underneath, and I can just like get right to what I'm doing. And I have literally probably 50 of them, so it's like I ruin them so much. And I usually, since my mom passed away, my wife kind of has picked up the mother trait of getting me my underwear and undershirts every Christmas. And so I gotta.
We got Premier One fencing. Can you hear me? Am I all right on volume? Yeah. We got Premier One fencing. It was my first year last year with it. Had to teach myself not to touch it when I'm in bare feet because it'll give you a boom.
Is it worse when you're barefooted versus tennis shoes?
When I wear my mud boots, it's not as bad. It just feels like a couple of amps going through me. But when I'm barefoot, it jolts the body and freezes me in place. So
that's weird because I don't wear muck boots, but I wear regular tennis shoes or Crocs. And when I do it, I feel like that little part of a seizure, and then your whole body like kind of tenses up.
Yep, tenses.
But I've never heard of it being not shocking somebody.
Yeah, but when you're barefoot, it's so different. It's such a great feeling.
Yeah,
I was
do what?
I was taping for the Wickershire when we first moved from Boston down to this 30-acre co-op, and we're backyard gardeners. I can grow basil, cherry tomatoes, potatoes in a bucket. Had no clue about corn, pumpkins, nothing big. Things that need space, and we're learning down here. Supposedly, we're supposed to go off grid. That was the whole idea, but I got this sweet deal, so I dumped all my saved money into it, and so we're learning to grow food out here, basically.
Dude, that's so cool. I actually remember, I actually started following you in that process at that moment because you were talking about bringing some solar panels to Oklahoma. And
four different channels got solar panels, so four different setups.
Yeah, and so like when I saw you in that, and I was like waiting on that experience, that's when
to happen. Yeah, it never did. Kind of just fluttered out and just gave up. I have to give my thanks because I wouldn't be on YouTube. I wouldn't have given it a shot if I didn't get practice beforehand. I'm highly functional autistic. I'm not really good on lives. Like if you host a live like you're doing now, I'll jump on, and bother you. But I can't do this. I can't do it myself. I'm just not comfortable enough in my own skin.
Yeah, it's definitely a different ballgame for sure because, like when it's just me, like I don't want to say that I get awkward, but like I'm not.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I'm not very good at keeping things rolling. So,
yeah.
So that's why I kind of enjoy this, having somebody come in and
That's why I came up. I'm not comfortable hosting a live. I'm still not comfortable being on a live. But I'm like, if you're by yourself, I feel terrible. I'm like, I should have the ability to. I'll jump up, say hi, and keep you occupied.
But yeah,
all the fantastic people down there. I know everybody. Pretty much 95% of the chat. I recognize all the names. The newest name would be Courtney and Cynthia Davis and Hall Homestead. I'm gonna have to look them up and subscribe and do all the fun things. Leave comments and thumbs up. Gail Southern Living, she's in here. Because I can't do the lives, and she knows me. She's like, I'll host your live for you. So this Saturday, she's gonna host the live. We'll do our 500 sub giveaway. You see the sign behind me? My nephew made that.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. So it was my nephew. I do a little bit of woodworking, So I figured, I'm praying to God a YouTube channel wins, and then I could make a wooden sign for them.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is gonna show on camera. Let me get some lights on here.
Okay.
But I think most people know the hat makers, Ernie and Ed.
I've never heard of the hack makers. I'm gonna pull it
You know,
up real quick just so I can find them. And
Ernie hat maker. But this is what I crafted for them. They're judges of Shed Wars.
okay, I've heard of the Shed Wars, and I've seen a lot of people posting about it. The person that I know the most that's in it is Quebec Homestead.
Yep.
Okay.
But I want to make a channel sign. Just hand etch one out with all the new skills that I've reattached myself to. But I do jewelry work, so I took one of these hammers and I did a little bit of jewelry work on it. This is another
wow.
judge. The Rusty Pepper's another judge. This is all burned. It's all wood burned.
Wow. That's really cool. Is that their judge hammer?
Yeah, this is their gavels.
Where's that?
That's the third judge. Try not to move it too fast.
No, Nana Grace.
Nana Grace's channel, yeah, she's a third judge. I want this. I want this in leather. I want to wrap it in leather, but I only had string.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, they come out awesome. But I'm gonna make so whoever wins, I'm doing 2 chances. I got 2 videos out there. It was a farm egg video, like what do you do with your farm eggs, or what we do with our farm eggs. Because a lot of people who want to do this homestead life have never had chickens. And everybody that does this, you guys forget that. Make your chicken videos. Make your quail videos like he's doing. He's teaching. Make your horse videos. People don't know how to ride. People don't know how to care for. Just because you have a video made a couple of years ago doesn't mean people aren't willing to learn. They might not be able to search and find that video of yours. It might be easy for you because it's on your playlist. But some people like new content when they subscribe to you. Don't forget to rehash your gardens. Don't forget to rehash your love for playing music. Anything that you do, redo it again. There's no. It's not like, oh, I've already done that. Yeah, your old subscribers are showing up for you, and if you redo your garden, redo everything that you teach, they're going to be happy about that. And the new subscribers, you get to teach them new skills that they might not know that you have. So they'll see you talking now. They're like, oh, this guy just does a campfire thing. You know, not all the time. You might do other stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Like you see that in a lot of channels. Was it where they like the big channels where, it's like they do tomatoes every year, and like I guess you can say they capitalize on tomatoes because they're like the tomato guru, or like chickens, you got the chicken ninja master, and so it's like, all the time it's the same kind of video, but it's like you add a little bit of like the different daily emotions that come from year to year, as the kids grow up, or you get more chickens, or your property changes, or your structures change, and so it's like it's all the same stuff.
You gotta show that stuff. Those little things you gotta show. Your old subscribers, they knew what your garden looked like when you first started with 2 raised beds, and then all of a sudden you got 20 of them growing different things, and you don't mention it, but you show a glimpse of it, and they realize like, oh, he has got 20 more raised beds. I wonder why he never showed the construction of it. Because again, the old video showed how to construct the first 2.
Yeah.
And we as creators forget that it's important, and that it's it is important for subscribers. That's why they're there. They're there for your content. Oh, they're there for you. They're there for you.
And then the other thing is like, people who create videos, and I deal with the same thing, is you get weird feeling when you're gonna create the same video day after day or week after week. For example, like I've been working on a fence for I think 3 weeks now, and it's like there's no way I would watch 3 weeks worth of video, but at the same time, like there's some people that would, not to watch fencing, but to watch me. And so
Yeah, they're watching you. Are you talking on it while you're doing it, or is it a silent thing where you're doing your work?
so with the filming side of it, like I don't film all of it. I'll just film like bits and pieces of it because like
Yeah,
I think, I can time lapse, beating T-posts in the ground, and I could make that go 10, 15, up to 45 seconds before I would think that that'd be too long.
hmm
But then, I don't post all that because it's all T-posts, and it's all the same, and you've got three sides.
repetitive.
Yeah, so it's just like you get in that weird moment of like, I don't want to film all that stuff because like when you also think about it, you got how much time it takes to keep maneuvering a camera around, or if I'm
Editing.
already taking 5 trips to go 300 feet carrying a T-post driver, T-post, logs, the log post, and then you got a wheelbarrow, a wagon, shovels, levels, and all the little stuff. It's like then you got a camera and then the gear, and then
Yeah,
at the
you
same
need a
time, like
cameraman.
while I was doing that, it was kind of sprinkling and raining, so it's kind of like I don't want this out in the rain because I don't want my microphones getting jacked up. Hey, quit banging on that door. And
Yeah,
so
one of the major things to do in this. A lot of people use their phones, and
yeah,
it's good for starting YouTube, until you get a little bit of money. Just like now, a lot of people should know. What would you expect for a basic camera? $300 is not much to pay for something that has image stabilization.
yeah,
And an attach mic with the cattail, one of those that knocks the wind out. So that's what we suffer from. We do a phone, and the wind blows, you can't hear anything.
really. And
That's,
is it the wireless or is it the one where it's got it's wired to the camera so you can only go so far away from it?
all right. So our camera phone, our camera mic is built in. It's just a phone, regular phone mic. We
Yeah,
don't do anything special just yet. We're kind of tight on money. I don't want to spend any money until I get my property and get my tiny home built and all the
yeah,
little necessary tools and things that we might need to rent. I don't want to. I mean, it's easy to spend $1,000 in a week,
yeah,
really is, you know. But if you keep saving that money up, it just piles up and gives you a little more freedom and leeway. Right now, when we moved down here, I stopped working. I had 15,000 here. I had 8,000 coming in. I had another 5,000 banked there. So I had a chunk of money to really build this property perfect. And just living here eats up $1,000 a month regardless. Just
yeah,
in buying food, buying the basics,
for sure.
stuff for the kids for school. Holidays come up, vehicle repairs, and I try to do most of it myself. DIY. I always pictured in my head, what if I lived in Alaska? Yeah, there's not going to be an auto mechanic next to me. There might be a
Yeah,
plane flying in, but I'm not getting my truck fixed unless I do the work myself. So I always have to look at it. Can I help myself?
yeah. That's how you do it. And so I use my phone for now. I use my phone for I would say a good 90% of it because I think I wouldn't say I think, but with my lifestyle, my editing software is on my desktop computer, which is in my kitchen.
Yep.
And with a desktop, like you can't just pick that up and walk around because it's not a
No.
laptop. And, I've got my phone in my hand. If I'm laying in bed and I'm tired, I don't have to sit in the kitchen. If I want to go in the living room, I can use my phone. And, like, granted, the editing software on my phone is nowhere near the Filmora that I use, but it gets the basic stuff done. And then I just use Google Photos and I'll export it. And then I'll, like, if I need to, like, time lapse it because I have iPhone, so I use iMovie, which is a great program, but like you can only speed it up to twice as fast. And
Oh, that's not good.
so with like a time lapse, like you need to go way quicker. And so
16 up to 16 times the speed. Absolutely.
yeah, and so it's like there's a lot of drawbacks, but with I guess you can say my level, like a phone is great. And you look at even some of the huge YouTube channels, like a phone is just it's way too convenient, you know, and you know, I wouldn't say that most of the big people edit on their phone, but
No,
you know,
they've got that high end paid for stuff.
yeah, and
Yeah,
they've got you know, everybody's got a phone on them, and so like,
absolutely.
man, do what?
It's the best way to break into YouTube or just break into it. You know, I wanted to document this for my kids, basically,
Yeah.
so I could go step by step. The whole idea is, yeah, I'm going to share it with the public side. I'm going to share our private side with the public. And I figured, well, I might as well do a documentary of what it's like to move to be a city person that had a medical job, you know, transporting all the medical devices and bodily fluids. And I used to be contracted for hospitals and stuff. And I won't mention what we transported because YouTube doesn't like that kind of stuff. But what would it be like for city folk to actually go down south, grow food, go off grid, do solar, do rainwater? I hate hearing myself say this. I say it every time in my head, and I don't like saying it on camera. But we're supposed to be there. I want to be off grid.
Yeah,
I don't want to be stuck here. You know, my channel is basically, what does it cost? Can we show you how to do it simply? I mean, if you had a ton of money, right, you could build a mansion in the middle of a swamp. You could have a Shrek castle, you know.
yeah,
But what if you're a 9 to 5 person with like a family of 4 or whatever? You know, how would you even save money paying your bills? You know,
yeah,
it's step-by-step process. What does it cost? What is it like? So our family is going to be, like I said, we're not big now. I'm just having fun with whoever subbed to us. It was just great times. I'm more interested in other people because I'm still learning. Right
yeah,
now I'm learning quail processing. I learned you got to brine them, you know. So I'm learning. I'm little bits and pieces, but I put it together. You know, it stays in my head. The next thing we're going to learn is stone cutting. I've never cut rock.
that's cool.
What if you get a property, right? Cool property, but there's all these rocks there that you can't move. Well, they have potential if you split them. You build that secret garden wall with them. You chop them, cut them up by splitting, tapping through. So we get that stuff on Amazon ordered. So I'm getting ready. If I've got swamp, if I've got woods, you know, I've got a reasonably priced sawmill, the H122. That was $2,600. If you look at the price of wood right now, you know,
Yeah.
I cut 6 to 8 trees. I've got my money back.
Oh, dude, easy. A couple 2x4s. Yeah, you're.
Yeah, 2x4, $9. No, thank you. I liked it when it was $1.88 or $1.29.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then like, you know, I've never been one to shop in the trash wood pile at Lowe's. You know, where it's all bent and twisted.
Oh, the garbage wood.
Yeah, and you know, and it's not because I have my nose in the air. It's just because, like, I'm trying to build stuff and it's got to be straight, and I don't got time to sit there and play
Gotta
with
be
it.
plumb.
And now it's kind of like, well, gotta do what you gotta do. So, but I'm gonna end up cutting this off because I'm done with this quail processing, and then I'm starting to get eaten up a little bit in my ankles.
Oh yeah, mosquitoes.
And I gotta work.
Mosquito time.
Do what?
It's mosquito time. They're drawn to the light.
Yeah, for sure. And then, you know, I hope I can go live again next week, processing some more of these quail, because man, dude, like they're just so good. And then I like quail eggs way more than chicken eggs.
Be sure to document everything about quail since you're doing it. You know, show the eggs, show how you keep them, show them cooking, brining. You know, it's definitely don't. I mean, you do it every day and you're happy with it, but you know, the rest of us don't know. It's something we'd watch. You know, definitely.
Yeah,
and all these people watching live are curious that haven't had them.
Yeah.
So if we're closing out, Wickeshire Project would like to thank Narrowway Farm. Rick, you're awesome. Thanks for hosting. Like, subscribe, show this guy some love here.
Yes, thank you.
And y'all have a good night. And everybody in chat, you know, what can we say? You people are wonderful. All right, so I'll catch you later. And thanks.
Yeah, but for sure, number one, it was really nice to meet you and talk to you face to face, because the only time I really got to talk to you was in chat or when I was hijacking a camera. So
yeah, when I was a jerk I was gonna pay you $1,000, $1,000 to just get Jared's leg. It's an ongoing joke between the Crockers and I, so whatever.
Yeah.
And you notice he pinned me down. He said, hey, like, who sent you? The Wickershire Project? He knew immediately. Yeah. So I got a
Hey,
kick out of that. It's
at
funny.
least he knows, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They always tell me don't be a stranger, but I can't go up on their lives. It's just weird.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going
All
to
right.
take off.
It's good.
Have a
It's
good
good
night.
talking to you.
Thanks. Bye.
I see ya. Alrighty, y'all. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get that bug off my leg, but I'm gonna drop that dude's link. Billy Joe, the Wicker. I'm gonna drop his link. So if y'all want to go check him out, you can. Whoa! And I will say this: if you have already thought you subscribed to him, go resubscribe to him because I've been following this guy for ever since Jason has been at his property, which was a little over a year ago, so about a year and a half, and that's when I started following him, and it has unsubscribed me. So make sure you guys go and make sure you are subscribed. Hit that bell as well. But I'm gonna drop his link in there so y'all can go check him out. That bug went in my lips. I think that's the right link. It should have. I'm gonna check it real quick. Yep, that's the right link. So yeah, go check him out. It was nice to have him and see him face to face for the first time. I'm gonna read a few comments. I'm gonna fly through them, and then I'm gonna jump off here so I can go get these cleaned up, take a shower because I gotta be up early. I got a huge catering order to do. Please use something you don't want bits and pieces of leaves floating around. Stern sugar to take. Whoa, hold on. I think I missed half of that. Meadow tea. Okay. 3.5 quarts of iced tea. Enough to fill an average size sun tea jar. Boil water in a large pot. Rinse mint leaves. Keep whole. Do this in a colander. Inspect and rinse well. Please use something you don't want bits and pieces of leaves floating around. Stir sugar and lightly sweet. That sounds so good. So I hope you're still in here. It looks like you are. Dawn, when you say put whole leaves in there, do I just throw this in there, or do I do kind of breaking a little bit of the structure of this to secrete some of the juices and oils out to make it more minty? Okay, I'm gonna fly through some more comments. I'll post a full recipe in the comments after the live. Yes, do that. I will pin your comment. Just got bit on the thigh where my shorts kind of went up past my knee. How do you see everyone on the live chat? Maybe you have to have a PC. So on my phone, I see me and the stream or the chat. So I don't know. My phone is sideways, but I also have the computer because I can go to other channels and do stuff while my phone just does the recording process. The comments come in quicker on my phone, but it's just a lot easier to have the two devices. Corey and Cynthia Davis. I'm assuming you're gone because you said good night a long time ago. But if you do watch the repeat, it was really great to have you at least pop in and say hello. Really good folks. Every video you repeat, you should be able to do it better the second time around for sure. I'm always learning new things, especially watching all these new videos. For sure. I learn stuff when posting new videos as well. What's up, Brenda Baker? Okay, so Brenda Baker, these are mint leaves, which is like a natural, organic way to not have chemicals all over your body. And they, repel mosquitoes. It's not a fix-all, but it's better than not having anything. And, I will say last year was the first year on, I think, twice I used off. And it hurt me to use it because, I went 2 years before I did that without using off. And I want to get that number back up. And so you know, it smells better than off too. Quail, just not right now. I will say this: I got rid of rabbits, and these quail they taste better. They're a lot easier to process. There's not as much though. And then like, I don't know if y'all have this issue, but like, you'll like when you breed a rabbit, you know, you gotta like document, because if you don't document, because you gotta put a nest box in there, and then the mom has to get used to the nest box and then have the babies. With a chicken, you just grab eggs, throw them in an incubator, and then put them in a brooder. I mean, I just feel like that process is a lot easier. And so, you know, same thing with quail. You know, you just have them in a cage, collect eggs, put them in an incubator, let them hatch out. So it's just kind of, you know, what's a preference for your lifestyle that's going on and how busy. What's happening? The Wickershire project. That's from Castle High's project. Suffering with poison ivy. Ooh, I hate poison ivy. Yes. Send me pick the leaves off of the stem. So don't throw that in there. Throw the leaf in there. Just pull them off the branches and boil. That sounds so good. I am a sucker for sweet tea, and sweet tea with lemonade. Oh my gosh, if it's real lemonade, like, gosh, that was a mosquito in my ear. And none of that garbage that's just powder. Oh, I love lemonade. I don't know what happens when you burn mint. I've never done it. I do like to throw a chunk in my car and let it, you know, let the heat.
Alex Peters.
Wow.
Forgot that I bid it on it.
But I leave them in my car and they get crunchy and they do a really good job at keeping the car smelling good. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. I'm getting eaten up. I gotta clean up and get ready for work. So thank y'all for watching. Go check the channels out. We had the Wickershire and Boots and Bounty homesteading. If you haven't subscribed to them, subscribe to them. At least check out their content. Make that decision for yourself. But other than that, y'all please hit that thumbs up on your way out. We got 35 likes in here, 17 people in here. But other than that, you guys, have fun and be good.